Get a month from next year.
Can I have volunteer light a candle? Anyone else like to light a candle? We have one more candle. Let's sit down. So before our meditation today, we'd like to take this moment to do a very short blessing ceremony. So during our Wednesday gatherings, we like to take the opportunity to bless and show our gratitude to our members of our community. So today we have someone having birthdays. in this week. So I would like to invite our beloved Malini to come forward to light this special plate. Yes, you can turn this way. Yes. Yeah, wait, you can hold it. Yeah, wait, yes. Okay, so nice to have you, Malini, and you have been coming to our meditation during past few months, and we missed you last few months, but we want to express our loving kindness, our gratitude, for your support and for your commitment to practice this path. And so all of us are sending our good wishes to you, and we are going to chant the blessing verses of the Buddha. And we wish that may this birthday bring you a year full of peace and full of success and full of growth in your life. And may the blessings of the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha be with you. So with that wish, we will chant. So we prepare this special plate for you, and this is candle surrounded by flowers. And we offer candle to the light to the Buddha to honor his great wisdom, and we offer flowers to the Buddha to honor his blossomed compassion. So by offering this, we honor the wisdom and the compassion of the Buddha, and in turn, we want to wish you to grow in your wisdom and in your compassion also. Okay, so with that wish, we will chant. May Malini receive the blessings of the wholesome vibration we are generating now. May Malini receive the blessings of the great compassion of the Buddha. May you be blessed with good health, peace, happiness, and spiritual growth in your life. Bhavatu sabbha mangalang rakkantu sabbha devata sabbha buddhanubhavena sada sutti bhavantu te. Bhavatu sabbha mangalang rakkantu sabbha devata sabbha dhammanubhavena sada sutti bhavantu te. Bhavatu sabbha mangalang rakkantu sabbha devata sabbha sanghanubhavena sada sutti bhavantu te. Can you stand up? Yes. Please go around and let everyone touch. Yes. So please touch this plate from the bottom and wish a happy birthday.
Before meditation, let's do our chanting. Please turn to page 5 of our chanting book. Salutation to the Buddha. Namo tasse bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhasse. Namo tasse bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhasse. Namo tasse bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhasse. The three refuges. Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami. Next page. The 5 precepts. Panati pata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami, adinnādāna veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami, kāmesu micchācārā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami, musāvādā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami, suramere majja pamadatthāna veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. On the opposite page, let's read the affirmative vows. Being aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of all living beings. Being aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, stealing, and oppression, I vow to respect the property of others and to practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. Being aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to respect my commitments and those of others. I am determined not to engage in relations without love and long-term commitment. Being aware that words can create suffering, I vow to learn to speak truthfully and develop peaceful, kind, and meaningful speech. Being aware of the suffering that an intoxicated and agitated mind can produce, I vow to develop mindfulness and heedfulness. Next page. Homage to the Buddha.
ඉතිපිසෝ භගවා අරහං සම්මා සම්බුද්ධෝ විඤ්ඤාචරණ සම්පන්නෝ සුගතෝ ලෝකවිදු අනුත්තරෝ පුරිස ධම්මසාරති සත්තා දේව මනුස්සානං බුද්ධෝ භගවාති.
Homage to the Dhamma.
ස්වාක්ඛාතෝ භගවතා ධම්මෝ සම්දිට්ඨිකෝ අකාලිකෝ ඒහි පස්සිකෝ ඕපනයිකෝ පංචත්තං වේදිතබ්බෝ විඤ්ඤෝහිති.
Homage to the Sangha.
සුපටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ ශාවක සංඝෝ උජුපටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ ශාවක සංඝෝ ඥායපටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ ශාවක සංඝෝ සාමීචි පටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ ශාවක සංඝෝ යදිදං චත්තාරි පුරිස යුගානි අන්ත පුරිස පුංගලා ඒස භගවතෝ ශාවක සංඝෝ ආහුනීයෝ පාහුනීයෝ දක්ඛිනීයෝ අංජලි කරණීයෝ අනුත්තරං පුඤ්ඤක් කෙත්තං ලෝකස්සාති.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Offerings. Offering of light.
ගණසාරප්පදිත්තේන දීපේන තමතං සිනා තිලෝක දීපං සම්බුද්ධං පූජයාමි තමෝනුදං.
Offering of incense.
ගන්ධ සම්භාර යුත්තේන දූපේනහං සුගන්ධිනා පූජයේ පූජනීයං තං පූජා භාජන මුත්තමං.
Offering of flowers.
වන්න ගන්ධ ගුණෝපේතං ඒතං කුසුම සන්තතින් පූජයාමි මුනින්දස්ස සිරිපාද සරෝරුහේ පූජේමි බුද්ධං කුසුමේන නේන පුඤ්ඤේන ඒතේන ලබාමි මොක්ඛං උප්පං මිලායාති යථායිදං මේ කායෝ තථායාති විනාශ භාවං.
Offering of water.
ආදිවාසේතු නොබන්තේ පානීයං පරිකම්පිතං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පතිගං හාතු උත්තම.
Offering of drinks.
අදිවාසේතු නෝබන්තේ ගිලාන පච්චයං ඉමං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පතිගන්හාතු උත්තම.
Worship of shrines.
වන්දාමි චේතියං සබ්බං සම්බඨානේ සුපතිට්ඨිතං සාරීරික ධාතු මහා බෝධින් බුද්ධ රූපං සකලං සදා.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Wish of well-being.
නමස්ස මානෝ රතනත්ත පුඤ්ඤාභි සංඝං විපුලං අලත්තං තස්සානෝ භාවේමි හදන්ත
Reflections on the teachings of the Buddha in English. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made are they. If one speaks or acts with an impure mind, suffering follows like the wheel that follows the foot of the ox. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made are they. If one speaks or acts with an impure mind, happiness follows like one's own shadow that never leaves. Generosity, kind words, benevolent actions towards others, and equanimity towards all beings and all things. These bonds of sympathy function in the world like linking in a moving cart. One by one, little by little, moment by moment, wise people should remove their impurities as the smith removes the cloth from silver. For one who mindfully develops boundless loving kindness, mental defilements are weakened and the freedom from clinging is seen. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All conditioned things are unsatisfactory. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All things are not self. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Let us now together make an effort to cultivate our mind. So if you have the books, you can keep your books in the next to you or in the carriage in the chairs. You can relax your hands. So take a moment to reflect this moment. And we are going to do a wholesome practice of loving kindness meditation and meditation on breathing. This is truly watering the seeds of our loving kindness. And it is also the time to sharpen our mindfulness. Our human mind is full of potential, but we rarely grow them. Right now, we have got an opportunity to truly attend to those potentials and water the seed of loving kindness in our heart and let it flourish and let it heal our whole body and let it heal all our relationships. And we are also going to sharpen our mindfulness and allowing it to be an important support or tool to live our life with more conscious awareness. So rejoice your decision to come here and rejoice your effort. And with that rejoice, let us make a determination that I will engage in this meditation wholeheartedly. I will make use of this wholesome space and this wholesome gathering, this wholesome guidance, and I will engage in a committed practice. With that determination, listen to the sound of the bell and the chant and help yourself to gather your attention this moment. And try to feel your body wherever it is touching now. And try to feel the pressed muscles. Try to feel the touch sensations with your clothes. And keep gathering your attention and keep settling yourself into this moment, to this body. Throughout the bell and the chant, stay in your body. Keep coming to your body.
Dear spiritual friends, we just chanted Namo Buddhaya. Listen to your mind. You can still hear the sound of chanting resonating in your mind. Namo Buddhaya, which means pay homage to the Buddha, the supreme teacher. You are in front of the Buddha. You are right here. Everything is peaceful, quiet and calm. So let's settle down right here. Feel your body, how you are keeping your body in this sitting posture, in this meditative posture. You are keeping your upper body upright and chin somewhat parallel to the floor. Both palms are resting on your lap. You are keeping your both eyes closed gently. Feel the entire body and relax. Relax your body. Feel each and every parts of the body. Feet, your lower legs, upper legs, belly muscles, chest muscles, upper and lower back muscles, upper arms, lower arms, palms, fingers, and fingertips. You can feel how the fingers are touching each other in the way that you are keeping your palms together. Feel that contact sensation in between your fingers. Feel your chest area, both shoulders, and relax. Take a deep breath slowly. Hold it for a while and slowly breathe out. Feel the relaxation in your upper body while you are breathing out. Just be relaxed. Feel your neck area, your facial muscles. Invite a gentle smile into your face and feel the relaxation in the facial muscles. Feel the forehead and the top of your head and relax. Relax, relax. You are relaxed. You are right here. Being in this relaxed posture, now it's time to observe your mind. Notice your mind, where it is right now, and what is going on in your mind. What is really happening in your mind in this moment. Thoughts. That's it. Thoughts arise in your mind in many forms, such as people, memories, objects, ideas. Even in this moment, that kind of thoughts are arising in your mind. Keep observing. Let any thought occur in your mind. Mindfully observe and notice them. You may have pleasant thoughts and unpleasant thoughts as well. Some thoughts are wholesome, some thoughts are unwholesome. They are just thoughts. Thoughts related to past. Past is gone. They are just thoughts, not the real things happening in front of you right now. Thoughts related to future or present moment. Thoughts. That is how thoughts occur in our minds. That is how our mind function. Observing and noticing the thoughts, you understand the nature of your mind. With this understanding, now let's cultivate wholesome thoughts intentionally, purposefully. Let's generate wholesome thoughts in our minds instead of these random thoughts. In this meditation, we are generating the thoughts of loving kindness, loving friendliness, to wish everyone else to be well, to be happy, to be peaceful. You are cultivating the unconditional love to all beings without exception. You have that capacity within yourself. You have that potential to generate boundless loving kindness to all beings. Loving kindness. What a beautiful thought that we can generate in our minds. Just imagine there's a beautiful baby in front of you, having a nice smile for you. Your mind may be full of love, compassion, caring. That kind of love, that kind of compassion Now you are going to cultivate in your mind to all beings. First, you can cultivate loving kindness for yourself. Extend the wishes of loving kindness for yourself. As an individual, think about yourself, your body, your mind, your life. Feel yourself, the person sitting right here. This being deserves loving kindness. Genuinely make the wishes of loving kindness for you. The guidance will help you. Mindfully listen to the guidance and repeat it in your mind and generate loving kindness for yourself. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. Be peaceful. Be peaceful. May I be safe. Be healthy. Be healed. Be healed. Be healed. May my mind be well. Be healthy. Be healed. Be peaceful. Be peaceful. Be peaceful. May I have a happy mind. May I have a happy mind. May I have a happy mind. Generate loving kindness and radiate throughout your body, wishing a healthy body. May my body be healthy. Be healthy. Be healed. Be healed. Be healed. Radiate loving kindness into each and every parts of the body, from the skin to the internal organ of the body. May the skin of my body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. May the muscles and all the bones of my body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. Radiate loving kindness into all the systems, internal functions, and the organs of the body. Even in this moment, they are functioning for you. Deeply appreciate that support and radiate loving kindness into all the systems, including the respiratory system, the cardiovascular system, the digestive system, the genitourinary system, the central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, the immune system, the brain, the sensory faculties, the eyes, ears, nose, and tongue. Deeply appreciate the support of all these functions, the organs, the systems, and all the parts of the body. And fill your body with loving kindness. May all the systems, the organs, the internal functions of my body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. May I have a healthy body. May I have a healthy body. May I have a healthy body. Observe your mind. You are cultivating the thoughts of loving kindness. You made the wishes of loving kindness for yourself. Now it's time to expand your loving kindness beyond yourself, to extend the same wishes to all others, to all other beings. Let's start from right here. Think about all these friends who are around you, practicing the same meditation. Extend your wishes of loving kindness for them. Let's share our loving kindness with each other. May all these spiritual friends be well, be happy, be peaceful, be peaceful, be peaceful. May all these friends be safe, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. Generate loving kindness more and more. And you can extend the wishes of loving kindness to the beloved ones in your life, your family members, relatives, friends, neighbors, co workers, anyone else in your life. Think about them and make the same wishes of loving kindness for them. May all of them be well, be happy, Be peaceful. Be peaceful. Be peaceful. Now let's expand our loving kindness beyond the circle of beloved ones. The loving kindness you are generating is boundless, no limits. Expand your loving kindness to all beings living in faraway places. Sitting right here, you can extend your loving kindness into every direction. Extend your wishes of loving kindness into the direction of the front. Back, left, right, above and below. May all beings living in every direction be well, be happy, be peaceful, be peaceful, be peaceful. Even in this moment, there are so many beings who are suffering due to many conditions. Maybe in this neighborhood, nearby this center, let's make our genuine wishes of loving kindness for them to be free from suffering, to be free from fear, to have peaceful and happy minds. Not only for humans, to all the other animals, to all the other creatures. Make the same wishes of loving kindness. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Be peaceful. Be peaceful. May all beings have happy minds. May all beings have happy minds. May all beings have happy minds. Repeat it in your mind and generate your boundless loving kindness to all beings. May all beings have happy minds. May all beings have happy minds. May all beings have happy minds. I'll chant it in Pali. Sabbi Satta Bhavantu Sukhitatta. Listening to the chanting, generate your boundless loving kindness to all beings. Sabbi Satta Bhavantu Sukhi Tatta. 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 Observe your mind. Loving kindness. Loving kindness has made your mind peaceful. You are peaceful and relaxed. Now gently move your attention into your breath. Take a deep breath slowly. Feel the area around your nostrils and your upper lip. Use your nostrils to breathe in and breathe out. Take a few more deep breaths. Feel any other feelings, any sensations, any changes while you are breathing in or breathing out. Keeping your awareness in between your upper lip and nostrils. You can practice breathing meditation as a silent meditation. in these next few minutes. After taking few deep breaths, you can come into your natural breath. Mindful breathe in and mindful breathe out until you hear the sound of the bell. Be with your breath. In these last few minutes, make your full effort to be with the breath. Mindfully breathe in and mindfully breathe out. Kappattac Niddukkha Bhayapattac Nibbaya Sokapattac Nisusoka Hontu sabbepi paninu. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are grieving be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Gently come out of the meditation and gently put your palms together and place them against your chest. And let's take a moment to feel grateful for this opportunity to have this peaceful meditation in our life. Let's deeply feel grateful to all the enlightened masters and the teachers in the past who transmitted this practice, this wisdom from generation to generation. And you can appreciate the guidance and the instructions you received for your meditation today. And let's deeply feel grateful to anyone else who helped us to practice this meditation peacefully and comfortably, who arranged this place, who cleaned this place for you, who are taking care of this center for you. Let's deeply appreciate their support. And even these non-living things we are using for meditation, the cushion, the chair you are sitting on, this bell, the device which help to connect to this meditation from home. So with deep gratitude and appreciating the support, to conclude our meditation, let's say sadhu 3 times together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. Yeah, Bante just left. Let's still thank him for guiding us. And any sharing or questions about your practice tonight? Will you be able to abide in loving kindness and then be with the breath? Okay. If there's no sharing or questions, we can move to our discussion. But before that, let's warmly welcome our Bante Kamalasiri. And yes, it was a big struggle. There's so many things happen behind to like bring him back. And yeah, as you know, that his visa expired, beginning of the year. So then, the original policy was, we have to wait 1 whole year before reapply. But so we have been writing to the CIS, USCIS, requesting, not only me, but many other monks and also other clergies, because of the change of the policy, is affecting so many other religious institutions too. So somehow they slightly changed the policy, not much. He could have applied new religious visa without waiting 1 year. So as soon as he left, we apply for a new visa. Usually it takes 6 months, but you can expedite it if you pay a big money.
Yeah.
Yes. So Buddhist center paid the big money, expedite fee, which is quite big. But then, so we got approval within 2 weeks, which usually takes 6 months. So we got the approval within 2 weeks because of the expedite process. But then he has another hurdle in Sri Lanka, in the U.S. Embassy in Sri Lanka. You have to go through an interview. It's difficult to take a time. Schedule an interview is because it takes a while. So you have to wait for 1 month, to take an interview. 1 month, yeah. And even after that, they didn't give him visa right away. So they took his passport and asked him to wait. But then you got it within 10 days, right? Yeah. So anyway, so we are thankful to whoever approved his visa. So he's back, But I just want to let you know that there's a lot of story behind it. You don't know. I mean, when you see a monkey, you think that suddenly they come out, happy, But there's a very intricate process behind, all these things. But we are happy Bante is back. Okay. So in our discussion, we are studying our chanting book. So we are studying this chanting homage to the Buddha. This is page 8. So we are just learning who was the Buddha. And this particular verse that we chant every, in our every session, summarize or bring together 9
virtues of the Buddha, just as a point of reflection. And so we have been learning all these different virtues. So this verse, we first talk about Itipiso Bhagava Arahang. Arahang is the purity of his mind, completely free from all forms of defilements. He transformed his mind to the point that there'll be no defilements in his mind. And then next one is fully self-awakened, that he awakened to the true reality of life, and particularly the Four Noble Truths. And then he's endowed with clear vision and virtuous conduct. That means he's endowed with extraordinary cognitive abilities and the particular way of conducting himself. And then next one is Sugato, or means sublime or well gone, transcending all forms of limitations. And the next one is Lokavidu, knower of the worlds. That was what we discussed last week. And there are different levels of the world, and he was fully knowledgeable about these worlds. And today is Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarathi, incomparable trainer of persons to be tamed. Incomparable trainer of the persons to be trained. So Buddha was a great teacher, but in this case, a trainer, incomparable trainer of the persons to be tamed. So Buddha met so many people, so many disciples, so many kinds of people, but he was able to really read their character, everyone's character, everyone's unique individual nature, and then he was able to use different techniques to train them, because we are in different nature, right? So through our conditionings, everyone's conditioning is quite unique. So therefore, with layers and layers of conditionings, we have become different people. So Buddha was able to train them. He has this extraordinary ability to train them, and particularly we have a lot of stories how he met really difficult ones, and then he also met people who really need help, who are completely crazy out of the mind. But knowing that how exactly he actually trained them is such a great lesson for us, because if Buddha was alive here in this time, what would be the technique that he will use to train us? And he will read into our own character, and you definitely see this is the flow, this is the point. So learning how he trained other people can help us a lot. So coming to this ability, we call Buddha was able to perform, we can call it miracles, not in the miracle in the extraordinary sense, but like extraordinary transformation of people. He was able to transform individuals in extraordinary way. And sometimes, so we call three miracles. One is called miracle of psychic powers. And we learned that Buddha had developed extraordinary cognitive abilities, like his ability to remember past lives and remember past lives and everyone connected to him. So, and also his ability to read the others' minds. So he was using those skills to train people. So we call psychic powers. And even like particular psychic powers it developed through deeper meditation, like a levitation and teleportation. There's one interesting incident. I think you may have. How many of you are familiar with the story of the serial killer that Buddha trained? Anybody remembers his name? Yes, Adam. Yes, Angulimala. Anguli means fingers. Mala means garland. Do you know why he's called? He says that is his nickname. What people? Why is called flower garland?
Is it a necklace of fingers?
Yes, he was a serial killer. Not only he killed, he collect the fingers of people who killed him and put them into a garland and wearing them. His goal was to kill 1,000. That is Angulimala, serial killer. And of course, the story, why he want to do that, it's a lot of background story, why he, did make that decision. In a way, actually, he was he was used by a teacher. He was such an obedient student, a very skillful, talented student, but his teacher were really upset and angry with him, and so he gave him this assignment as the tribute to his teachings, and so to fulfill his last tribute, and he was doing that. But anyway, so he was killing these people, and of course Buddha really wanted to help, and Buddha saw that there's a potential within this person, although he's a serial killer, but there's a potential within this person because he can really follow the instruction, very committed. So so what happened is, so there was an area that he was moving around, and people were so afraid to go to that area, and then Buddha decided to go, and everybody pleaded with Buddha, please don't go, there's a dangerous area, that person is so strong, nobody can escape from him. So then, but Buddha knew how to handle him, so Buddha went, and according to the and so Buddha, and he was so happy. Oh, today, I had to struggle a lot with people, but today I got a monk. Oh, easy job. So, and then he let the Buddha pass, and then he was running behind the Buddha. So as soon as Buddha passed him, and he was running behind the Buddha with his sword. But then Buddha knew he's coming behind, and then he focused his mind, he used his psychic ability, he was transporting himself faster than the Angulimala. Angulimala never seen that monk is running this fast. He was not really running, but he was just moving his body. So he ran and ran and ran with all his strength, but the Buddha was moving faster than him. After he ran many miles, he got so tired, and he was so upset and frustrated that I never had the difficulty catching anyone. I could run faster than anyone, but this monk is running and moving faster than me. So then he got really, really tired, and he stopped, and frustrated, he shouted at the Buddha, asking, "Stop the monk." He asked, "Stop the monk." That's what he shouted. Then Buddha used that opportunity to really talk to him. Say, "I have stopped long ago. You are the one who's still running." And he said, "What do you meaning? I'm just, I just, sitting down here." And Buddha said, "I have stopped the anger. I have stopped the violence long ago. But look at your mind. You're full of anger, full of frustration, full of violence in your mind. And look at your mind, how fast it is running." And he was able to turn his attention inward and see how painful is that state. And even he was able to catch and kill. Is it really? He usually treated it as a success and victory, but now he's looking at his own mind. He realized that this is not victory. This is so painful, so heavy. So Buddha used that opportunity to have let him observe his mind and have some opportunity to talk to him, and then more discussion and more guidance happen, and then he realized the kind of the kind of the kind of and then how misguided he was, and he finally came to realize, and he said that I was thinking that is my success, that is my glory, but I now understand that this is not easy, this is so painful, and I'd like to find peace. And then Buddha invited him to become a disciple. And the more of the story, but he tamed him, and of course and after Buddha brought him to the temple, and Buddha was really teaching him, and then train and made him a monk. Who want to ordain a serial killer? And even the king came to that, king was actually sending his troops to catch this person. But before, but when the king came to the monastery, Buddha had a conversation with the king. He said, that serial killer, I have sent troops to catch him. Such a chaos to our, areas. What do you think? If I made him to a monk, would you pardon him? And he never thought that serial killer will be a monk. And then king said, oh, definitely I will pardon him. Buddha made a kind of deal with him. And then, and Buddha, okay. And Buddha showed him the monk who is meditating there is a serial killer. Now you already promised me, don't catch him. So he saved his life. And then, of course, later, more meditation. I mean, he has to unwind and burn so many karma. But anyway, so Buddha was able to train him. And ultimately to become such a kind and compassionate person. And even he was able to become fully enlightened being after a lot of struggle. And people still start to, punish him. He cannot, every day when you go arms round, people throw stones at him. He was bleeding every day. But Buddha trained him, okay, whenever someone hit you with a stone, feel the pain, but don't have the anger. Train his mind to have that level of compassion. So that was one example, how he trained in like a transformation, like a 180-degree transformation. Yes. So I think because I know there's a rehabilitation program in England, they call it Angulimala Project. Because if you can transform a serial killer to a saint, what else we can do in a human personality, right? So that's one example. And then the other one called the miracle of telepathy. Means, the Buddha also has the ability to read others' minds. That's another miracle. And that example would be, there was one, actually the queen of Kosala, there's one big kingdom, and that queen was so beautiful, pretty, like a Miss Universe. Maybe the kings those days marry, such a beauty queens, but she was so arrogant about her look, about her beauty, and Buddha knew that. Buddha read her mind. But she didn't like to visit the Buddha because she didn't like the kind of spiritual thing that Buddha was talking about. But the king managed to send her to see the monastery because monastery was so beautiful. So she came to visit the monastery. When she was visiting the monastery, Buddha read her mind, how prideful in her mind, and what the Buddha did was, Buddha was teaching, but Buddha created an image. So a beautiful, it's more like a hologramic image, and a beautiful lady was fanning the Buddha, more beautiful than the queen Kema. And when she noticed that, wow, people say that Buddha talk about impermanence and all these things, but you look at that beautiful lady fanning her. So she was looking at this beautiful lady, but Buddha made it appear that the beautiful lady is fanning with this youthful look and everything. But the more she looked at that image, and you see that image is getting a little bit mature, a little bit older and older and older. She was able to see it like a movie, the possible transformation that can happen to any beautiful body. That even the fanning is becoming very slow. Earlier she used to fan very, very strongly, but now fanning is very slow. So even eventually she was able to see that beautiful lady was growing old and becoming such old, even bending her body, and then finally even cannot even hold the fan. And by looking at that, she was able to see her own life and this beauty that I'm so attached. So it created so much a strong identity. This look doesn't stay that long. And that was a great lesson for her, not to attach too much to her beauty, not to create so much identity with it, because that is sure, the definitely is going to be disappointed and unhappy. And then eventually she become a disciple of the Buddha too. So there's another example. And then the Buddha said that, I can perform this miracle of psychic powers, miracle of telepathy, but there's a third miracle that Buddha performed most frequently and Buddha admired as the most profound miracle. Is called miracle of instruction. Miracle of instruction. That means really teaching, explaining the reality. Because the other miracles are like tools, but they don't really bring a real transformation. It really maybe take the attention. But Buddha said that ultimately what really works is the miracle of instruction. So Buddha was able to and most of that is what he was doing, like meeting people, learning their mentality, and then learning about the human nature, the human mind, and giving specific instruction how we can train our mind. And so there are so many examples of that, but one example would be, there's one very good counseling and instructions and guidance Buddha gave. There was a time that the two groups of people were going to have a war. This is related to a river. There's a river called Rohini, and that is so that river used to give water to two farmlands. This side of the river is one kingdom, the other side of the river is other kingdom. So the one kingdom, actually that's the kingdom that the Buddha, the kings of the Buddha, Shakya, and the other side was Kolya. So that is from mother's side, and his father's side is Shakya and mother's side is Kolya. So they used to use the same water, source of water, but there's one severe drought made this water a little bit, and then they were struggling who will get the water. And it's first the farmers fight each other, and so they didn't have a proper plan how to. And when you have enough water, both parties were able to make their farm. But now it's a little bit of water, they have to fight. Farmers fight, and then regional rulers fight, and ultimately becomes such a big war. And then once the fight is started, and it's not only about the water, but also about their name and pride, and they used to call names to each other. They have their own story or myths about how that particular clan or particular kingdom was made. So, for example, Shakya used to marry their cousins to protect their tribe, and so the other party was blaming you were Louis marrying your sisters, how bad it is, and so you're blaming that and calling names. And the other party has a story that the original tribe leader was married to a male lady with the skin disease. What do you call it? Yeah, but not that serious. But so anyway, but the simple point, they were calling names and blaming each other, and ultimately they got really, really angry with each other. They are ready to fight, and both sides of the bank, and they were ready to fight. And Buddha came to know about this, and he knew that they're going to be big, disaster. So Buddha went to the middle of the battleground, and there was a small island right in the middle of the river because less water. So he sat down right in the middle of that sand, that island. And they addressing both parties. He didn't perform much miracle. There was a miracle of instruction. He was talking to them and asking, what is really source? What is the real problem here? Because right now is anger. Right now is insult. Right now is like name calling. And that's what the surface. But the Buddha really wanted them to analyze what is the real problem. And it's the water. And then there's no proper program, proper method to distribute the water. Then he asked a very important question. Okay, what is the value of the water? And then they give what is valuable, but this is the value. But then how about other liquid like blood? What is the value of the blood? If you give a container of water and container of blood, which is more valuable? Or definitely, blood is so valuable than the water. And the Buddha asked, what you are going to do now? You are going to shed bloods. You are going to kill each other and lose your life and shed bloods. But we are doing it for water that you said right now is less valuable than the blood. So you are fighting for what is less valuable by sacrificing more valuable. What's the point here? You want this less valuable thing. For that, you are sacrificing something that more valuable than the water. Even though you get water by shedding so many blood and losing those lives, what's the point here? So he was able to explain it, and miracle of instruction, and then they understood the point. So Buddha made a deal with them. So you have to come together and create a plan how you distribute this water evenly in future. So they, decided to dig some channels and then make a policy. Who will get how they divide the water that everybody's treated fairly. That's other example. So there are so many such examples how he trained, how he trained. I can, one thing we learn a lot of other stories, right? And even how Buddha handle angry people. Right? Yeah. But anyway, let's see if we have time. We will share about any sharing or questions about that. Ability to train people.
There were people that Buddha could save. And how much of that depended on their own willingness, like their own? Because when you were telling the story about like the serial killer, I was thinking about Devadatta, who tried to kill him, and,
Buddha,
and he couldn't reach. Like Devadatta kind of stayed bad the whole time.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I think that's a very good point. Yeah, the willingness from the other party, right? Yeah, I think that's a good point. Of course, I think that is why it is said that Purisa Dhamma Sarati. Purisa means people, but term Dhamma, he actually not as Dhamma as we, not Dha Dhamma, but Da Dhamma. And that Dhamma means trainable. Trainable. Because there can be people who in this life they're not going to change. So you have to wait until they exhaust their karma and then come back as fresh people. So I think that is why very carefully, that's why the persons to be tamed, what is a dhamma means trainable people. That's a good point, So in that case, Devadatta can be classified as untrainable at that life. But he's going to change. That's not the end. Buddha declared that he will become enlightened, Pacceka Buddha, like a silent Buddha. Yeah, he will become silent Buddha in future. Yes.
I just think that the superpowers are logical. They make sense. It's something that can be attained, really. It's not that fantastic. So we've all had a teacher that was able to speak to the room and teach everybody in that room. We've all had a teacher that can only teach to the front row, right? And that's something that can develop and evolve over years and years of working. Teletransportation or whatever. Tesla said, in order to understand the unnatural world, think of things in terms of sound frequency and vibration. And that's every time the bowl goes up, that my brain goes, I got to pull myself into reality. But if you think of it that way, different things travel at different rates due to what they are and stuff. So I like them because they're logical. They make sense. In this brain, it makes sense. I enjoy that.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, but I think although he may utilize some of these extraordinary abilities, but ultimately the most miracle he performed is miracle of instruction. Even with Angulimala, serial killer, the real miracle was how he talked to him and make him understand what is going on in his mind.
And does that initially arise from the tact that he gained from the classes that he took whenever he was a prince?
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes Buddha was, even when you deal with angry people, he understands their mindset and he don't try to retaliate and he just wait, Yeah. So like reading the other person's, nature is so important for us to have a conversation. So in the case of the Buddha was able to tame so many. And then, when you expand that, actually, so that's one other interesting thing. There's one sutta in the Majjhima Nikaya called Dhammacetiya Sutta, and the king, again, this also the King Kosala came to the Buddha and said that, I will read it. The kings fight with kings, aristocrats fights with aristocrats. Householders fight with householders. Mother fights with her child, and child with mother. Father with child, child with father. Brother fights with brother, and brother fights with sister. Friends fight with each other. And then, but when I come here, I see monks living in harmony, appreciating each other without dispute, blending like milk and water, regarding each other with kindly eyes. I don't see any other assembly elsewhere so harmonious. And he's talking about the community, and he was so impressed how the monks live in harmony. So that's also example how Buddha trained the monks. And then this is what he said next. As an anointed aristocratic king, I am able to execute, fine, and banish those who are guilty. Yet when I am sitting in the court, they interrupt me. And I can't get them to stop interrupting me and be silent and wait until I have finished speaking. So he said that when he was like resolving a case, as although he's powerful king, it's real difficult for him to get everyone, listen to him, and every time he was got interrupted. But here I have seen monks, while the Buddha is teaching an assembly of many hundreds, there is no sound of the disciple coughing or clearing their throat. That's silent. Once it so happened, the Buddha was teaching an assembly of many hundreds. Then one of his disciples cleared their throat, and one of their spiritual companions nudged them with their knee, and to indicate, hush, Venerable, don't make a sound. Our teacher is teaching. It occurred to me, oh Lord, how incredible, how amazing, how an assembly can be so well tamed without a rod or sword. Yeah, so that is what you call Purisa Dhammasarathi. Okay, so let's be inspired, with that great quality, and then we are also another way result of his ability as a uncomparable trainer. Somehow, even after many centuries later, we happen to hear his teachings, and and then we are being inspired by him, and we are practicing and sitting this meditation. Right? It's not easy to sit like this, and it's not easy to sit like this and practice like this, but we are doing it, right? And we are also following. We are also being trained by the Buddha, even after many centuries. Okay, so with that, let us make aspiration to come into this teaching, come into this practice. This is actually transforming our personality, be a kind, compassionate, and insightful being. So let us make aspiration for that. And let us now move to the next part and sharing merits with our departed ones, and thinking about all the good things you did since your arrival here, and practicing this meditation together, and then doing this chanting and learning these teachings. We have generated so much good karma, good merits in our heart. Let us now share these merits with everyone else. First of all, let us recall to our mind whatever all our departed relatives, our family members, our ancestors. May they all share our merits. May they all be well, happy, and peaceful wherever they may be. Idang me ñātinang hotu sukhita huntu ñātayo. Idang me ñātinang hotu
hotu sukita hontu nyatayo idang mi nyatinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo.
Share in merits with all other living beings. If there's any living being who would like to share this merit, may he or she do so. May all living beings share our merits. May all living beings be well, happy, and peaceful.
Ittavataja amhi sambhatam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya.
Wish for the well-being of the world in English. May the weather be pleasing. May the people prosper in their lives. May there be peace and happiness in the world. May the rulers be righteous. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are in grief be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Aspiration. May this wholesome act quicken the liberation of my mind from mental defilements. By virtue of this wholesome act, may I never follow the unwise people. May I associate with good people until I attain Nibbana, purification. If by body, speech, or mind I have carelessly done wrong, I acknowledge them all in front of the Tathagata of great wisdom and determine to be faithful. Now we will do our blessing chant. We are going to chant the Loving Kindness Sutra. This particular sutra was given by the Buddha with great compassion for all living beings. We are going to chant the same sutra for you, wishing you good health, wishing you strength and courage to overcome difficulties in your life. Today especially we want to extend our blessings to Malini, wishing her very happy birthday and all the success and progress in her life. And you may also recall to your mind whoever you want to share these blessings with, your family members, your friends. May you all receive these blessings. May you all be well, happy, and peaceful. Namo tasse bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhasse. Namo tasse bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhasse. Namo tasse bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhasse. Karaniya matta kusalena yantang santang padang abhisamicca sakko joja sojoja suvacho chansa mudu anatimani santonsa kocha suparocha ampakinchocha sallahuka buddhi santrindriyocha nipakocha ampagambo kulesu ananugindho nacha kundang samacare kincena vinyu pare upavadeyum sukino vakemino hontu sabbe satta bhavantu sukitanta eke jivana bhutanti tasavata anavasesadi gavaye mahanta
මජ්ජිමාරස්සකානුකතුලා දිට්ඨාවායේව අන්තිට්ඨායේච දුරේ වසන්ති අවිදුරේ භූතාවා සංභවේසීවා සම්බේ සත්තා භවන්තු සුඛිතන්තාන පරෝ පරං නිකුම්බේත නාති මඤ්ඤේත කන්ත චිනං කංචේ ව්‍යාරෝසනා පටිඝ සංඥානාඤ්ඤ මඤ්ඤස්ස දුක්ඛ මිච්ඡේ මාතායතානියං පුත්තං ආයුසා ඒක පුත්ත මනුරංකේ වම්පි සම්බ භූතේසු මාන සංභාවයේ අපරිමාණං මෙත්තං ච සම්බ ලෝකස්මින් මාන සංභාවයේ අපරිමාණං උද්දං අදෝච තිරියං ච අසංබාධං අවේරං අසපත්තං දෙත්තං චරං නිසින්නෝ සයානෝ වායාව තස්ස විගත මිද්දෝ ඒතං සතින් අදිට්ඨේය බ්‍රහ්මමේතං විහාරං ඉදමාහෝ දිට්ඨින් ච අනුපගම්ම සීලවා දස්සනේන සම්පන්නෝ කාමේසු විනය්‍යගේ ධම්මයි ජාතු ගම්බසෙයං පුනරේති තේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන සොත්ති දේවෝතු සම්බදායේතේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන සම්බ රෝගෝ විනස්සතු ඒතේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන හෝතු තේ ජය මංගලං සම්බේතියෝ විවජ්ජන්තු සම්බ රෝගෝ විනස්සතු මාතේ භවත්වන්තරායු සුඛී දීඝායුකෝ භව භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ බුද්ධානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ ධම්මානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ සංඝානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ.
Let us spend a moment of reflection. Try to recall to your mind whatever kind deed that you were able to do during your past few days. Think about an incident happened during last few days that you were able to help someone. You were able to listen to someone or show your concern and care to someone. Let us rejoice the opportunity to be kind to others. On this day, or in the past, if I have done kind deeds to other beings, with my body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds, and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in those kind deeds, appreciating the opportunity to be helpful to others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, wishing more opportunities to practice compassion. I rejoice in those kind deeds, resolving not to compare myself with others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, and glad to share this joy with all beings everywhere. May my kind deeds relieve the burdens of other beings. May my kind deeds shield me from all dangers and pain. May my kind deeds and merits that come from them help me in free my heart. Let us now recall to our mind whatever kindness we receive from others. Think about your recent experience that someone was kind to you, someone was generous to you. Let us rejoice the goodness of others. On this day, or in the past, if I have seen or heard of the kind deeds done by others, with their body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds, and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in the goodness of others, being always ready to praise kind people and follow their example. I rejoice in the goodness of others, appreciating that there are many good-hearted people in the world. I rejoice in the goodness of others, expressing gratitude for any kindness done. May the kind deeds of others bring safety and happiness to many living beings. May the kind deeds of others foster gratitude and fellowship among many living beings. May the kind deeds of others nurture goodness in me and many living beings. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, so nice to have you all tonight here. One important announcement, and we are all going for our annual monastic retreat in this weekend. So therefore, we will be in our retreat next Wednesday. But the meditation is on, and you can come, and we will have volunteers to help you, and you still can come and sit. And come. Maybe you can do not the whole chanting. You can chant the 3 refuges and the 5 precepts in English, and then we can have meditation and the discussion. We have volunteers who will lead the discussion. So and then you can continue your practice without losing the momentum. Okay, so we'll coming back after the next week. So we'll be away. Okay, so hope to see you in 2 weeks. Yes. Okay, and thank you very much. I appreciate your participation. Those who join our YouTube, we also want to appreciate your being part of our ceremony. Although you are not here with us, we feel your presence, we feel your commitment, and thank you and appreciate and looking forward to see you again in our next event. A good night to all, and please stay for the. If you like to have blessing strings, please come. And we are also going to have a birthday cake. Yes.
There's a card in the library.